Okay, so we are now beginning the demo of our SE3350 project for release 1, and we are group 15. So we have successfully deployed our entire application, and it is accessible by this URL hosted by Firebase Hosting, and this is also included in our release 1 PDF as well. So this is the home page that you are taken to when you arrive to this application, and you're able to click on policy, and you're able to read some general policy information regarding how data is secured, how patient privacy is handled and data retention is handled for any user to peruse. And then, of course, they can click log in and actually enter the application. So first, we're going to log in as an existing user. So an existing user, her is sarah@gmail.com, and they are a healthcare provider. So if we log in, we can see what the application looks like for a healthcare provider. So it takes you back to the home page, and you can first click profile, and you can view your current profile, and all users are able to do this, and they can edit their profile and change information if they need to as well. So for example, if they want to change their address to, for example, let's say they want to change it to 1152 Richmond Street, they can do that, and it will be updated successfully here as well, as you can see. Once again, they're still able to view the policy page. We have a dashboard page, and here this just gives some general key statistics and metrics for the system, such as the number of healthcare providers in the system, the field operators, total appointments created so far, and total patients. And we have plans to also expand this in later iterations of this as well. The next key feature is the patients page. So here we're able to view all our existing patients. So for example, we have Vivek Jariwala. We can see their birthday. We can see their family history. We can see their allergies. We can see their address, the patient's email, their phone number. And then you can also see their previous appointments as well, as including the time, and also as well as upcoming appointments too. And this essentially gives a very comprehensive overview of the patient and helps facilitate that plan of care. Similarly, we have another patient here, Noah, and we have family history, allergies, address, phone number, but we haven't created any patient appointments with Noah yet, so this is also hidden. For example, though, if we wanted to, we can also edit patient information as a healthcare provider. So here we can say mosquito bites, peanut butter, and strawberries, for example. And we can save these changes. And it's now, once again, updated here as well. So now we can look at the last page of this application, and we can see, we can view and manage your upcoming appointments here as well. And let's say we wanted to have an additional appointment, then I, as a healthcare provider, am also allowed to schedule an appointment, because it makes sense that a healthcare provider should be able to also schedule their own appointments with the patient as well. And let's say we put this in like a much later date, and we can also do, let's say it's going to happen at 2:12 p.m. And then for notes, we can say, surgery for melanoma removal, and we can create the appointment. Oh, we also have to select a field operator, so we can select Mark Rosen, and then we can create this as well. So the appointment's created successfully. And then if we go to patients and we click Vivek Jariwala, you will see that this has also been updated as well. So yeah, essentially very comprehensive overview of a patient, and as well as being able to update that information. And then here we can also filter our appointments as well as a healthcare provider who can view and manage your upcoming appointments too. So now we're done, we can log out as Sarah, and let's actually take a look at what it looks like as a patient. So if we log into this account instead, Vivek is a patient here. So as you see as a patient, it makes a little bit more sense that you're able to see a much more limited view of the application, because as a healthcare provider, obviously you're entitled to certain permissions that you as a patient would be able to. So here you can see your email, your role, your phone number, your address, etc. For your appointments, I can see just my own upcoming appointments, but I cannot see upcoming appointments for Noah, for example, or another patient. So it's purely just for, you're only able to see, like, the patient's only able to see their upcoming appointments, and you're not able to see appointments for another patient. And you can still filter them as well. And once again, read the policy page. So that's what the patient view looks like. And then we can also log in as a field operator. So mark@gmail.com. And also the password for this one is Drewall, in case you also want to try this as well. Now, as Mark, you can once again view your profile, look at the policy page. Also, as a field operator, we decided that they should also be able to see the dashboard and overview. But once again, of course, the field operator, their main task is to schedule appointments. So Mark, as a field operator, can't see other people's appointments, because I think that would be a breach of information and privacy. So instead, as a field operator, you can simply create an appointment. So we can create another appointment for Vivek Drewall. And let's say this is happening soon. Let's say in this scenario, we can assume that we are creating an appointment because we just ran into this person in one of the healthcare camps. Then we can create this initial appointment and consultation with the healthcare provider. And we can write this as a initial examination after meeting patient in health camp. And we can create that as well. So the appointment was then created successfully. And now we can log out. And of course, you can also create a user as well. So here, this is how we're able to essentially also create like those healthcare questionnaires for patients. So this would ideally be operated by a field operator, and they can fill in this information on their tablet for a patient or individual that they meet in a healthcare camp. So for example, we can create a new user, and for example, we can name this person Abhi, and we can write their last name as well. We can add their email, and we can create a password for them and confirm the password to make sure it's correct. And let's say they're a patient, then we can enter their phone number. So for example, we can enter 555 555 5210. So yeah, that's correct. We can also enter a birthday. So for example, we can do 2004, the 6th and the 20th. And for the address, we can do 974 Western Road. For allergies, we'd say we could write allergic to sunflower seeds. And for medical information, we could write injured leg. And we can click register. And then it's going to redirect us to the login page. And then they can log in. But I also want to show that we can also create a healthcare provider. So the healthcare provider, you're obviously going to see different information. So instead, we can do something such as Krisha Sood, Krisha@gmail.com, put in their password, of course. And now we can enter like a practitioner ID. Let's say there's like there's like a central database for all the practitioners within this area. We can include their practitioner ID. We can also include their birthday once again. We can enter an address such as 18 Monsanto Crescent. We can add their credentials, whether they're an MD or a DO. So we can enter a DO. We can enter their clinic or hospital name, such as University Hospital, for example. And we can also enter their clinic address, such as 20 Montesano Crescent, for example. And we can register this as well. And then finally, we can also create a field operator too. So we could do something such as an individual such as we can do Ahosh Srikumar. We can do ahosh@gmail.com. We can do Juriwala, once again, as a password. We can write a field operator. And then currently, the information that we would expect a field operator to include is like their team name, for example. So we can do a team name such as software engineering is the best, for example. And we can register this as well. And now all these users can now log into the application and be assigned appointments. So for example, also just to show once again that we created that appointment for Vivek Juriwala, we can now log in and you can now see that we have this appointment now appearing on their front end as well. Thank you. And that's the conclusion of our demo.